There is a lot of talk about nutrition and exercise when it comes to our wellness, but there's not a lot of conversation about stress management. And by far, high levels of stress, unmanaged or managed inappropriately, are a huge cause to so many issues for people, from their cognitive function to their emotional well-being to their physical health. In this video, I'm going to share some tips on how to better manage your stress levels so that you can experience better health and well-being. All right, so let's start with the fact that there are things in our control and there are things out of our control. And where we want to always focus our efforts is on the things we're in control of. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things going on in the world that we're not in control of. And the best we can do for those types of things is choose how we respond. For example, one big example of this is there's a lot of bad things that happen in the world on a day-to-day basis. And unfortunately, the news media feeds us that in a 24-hour news cycle. One of the best things I ever chose to do for myself was stop listening to the news. I wasn't feeling like I was going to be out of the loop on important things, because I guarantee you the things you need to know about, you will know about. You won't need the news to tell you about it. But just eliminating listening to the news or having the news on in the background was something I did very early on in my adult life, and it made a tremendous difference in my mood. Because the news media is something that is just going to tell you all the negative things every single day. And of course, if you're listening to only the negative things that are happening in the world, you're going to start to feel stressed out. So that's just one example, but I want you to think about one of the first exercises I want you to do is I want you to list the things that you are stressed about, things that bring you stress. And I want you to put those things into two categories. One, things that you are in control of, things that you can actually take control of, and others that you can't take control of, all right? And so do that first and list out those things, because the first thing is you have to really identify what is causing you stress. Now, some things are things that you can do something about, but you might not be able to do something about it instantly. An example of this might be you're currently in a career or a job that you are finding is just not fitting for you anymore. It's causing you stress. You hate going to work. You hate showing up. And while, and if you have a family and you have bills to pay, right, most people can't just make that instant, I quit and make a change. However, you can start to think about the steps you can take to transition out of that stressful career or job that no longer serves you. Also, you might be looking at things that relationship-wise, right? Thinking about, are there stressful relationships in your life that cause you constant stress? And figuring out how you can either distance yourself from those relationships or have a sit-down serious conversation with those relationships, because all of those things that you just deal with but don't do anything about are slowly killing your energy, your health, and your well-being. So stress is something that there's many things in the world that we can't deal with. I love my career, but there are days that can be very stressful. So the second thing I want you to list out are things that you can do when you're experiencing a stressful situation, right? And list out those ways that you can approach stress, because you can't avoid certain things. Our inner need is to kind of sometimes avoid stressful situations or to escape stressful situations. A big example of this is people that turn to alcohol or drugs to mentally escape a stressful situation. And unfortunately, those things tend to not fix the problem, right? Not address the issue, and have further detrimental effects on you. Some people turn to food in stressful situations, and they emotionally eat, and they're eating things that are not healthy foods, and they're going to those comfort foods, those high sugar, high fat, high processed food sources that they're eating for emotional reasons, which again is going to damage your health overall. So the second step I want you to write down and put it on paper, don't just do it mentally, is write down things that you want to try that are better activities to do when you're feeling stress. And you don't know what's going to work for you until you try things. You're going to have to try different things, because what I do to manage my stress might not be a fit for you. Okay. And so it's thinking about things that you can try and do for a while to see if it's something that can help you manage your stress levels better. Some simple things to try, things that have worked for me. Number one is taking 15 minutes to find a quiet place. I like to be outside mostly, to just listen to the sounds of nature, to deep breathe, and just to relax and to clear my mind, right? You don't have to be an expert in meditation. You can pull up meditation sounds, but the whole goal to meditating is just focusing on your breath and not thinking, right? To just think about your breath and to let go of all the thoughts that are going on in your head. Another thing I love to do is I like to transition when I come home by going into my hot tub, but you might not have a hot tub. Maybe it's just taking a hot bath at night or in the morning. Maybe it's listening to some of your favorite relaxing music. Maybe it's doing some yoga or going for a walk around your neighborhood. Maybe it's just spending time with a pet that you love that helps bring down your stress levels. Maybe it's reading, maybe it's journaling, right? There's lots of different ideas out there in terms of things that you can do when you notice that you're feeling lots of stress, things that you know can help and aren't gonna hurt your health further, but are gonna help it. The main thing is that you're addressing the stress. You can't control that you have it, but you can control how you respond to it. The other part of chronic stress is that cortisol will actually make an impact on your gut health. Our gut is full of beneficial bacteria and also bad bacteria. And the goal for our optimal health is to have a well-balanced microbiome, because that bad bacteria can wreak havoc on so many aspects of your health and well-being. You can experience foggy brain, you can experience anxiety, depression, digestive issues, autoimmune issues. You can experience trouble losing weight. You can experience chronic fatigue. These are all symptoms of poor gut health. And one of the culprits to poor gut health, is chronic unmanaged stress. So besides eating more nutritiously and exercising, the things that you hear a lot about, managing your stress can help you bring down those cortisol levels and help you focus on reestablishing the good bacteria in your gut. Another thing you can do to do that is to incorporate probiotic and prebiotic foods, and also supplement with pre and probiotics to build up that good bacteria and to kind of create that shield of keeping your good bacteria abundant in your gut and not letting that cortisol kill off all the good bacteria. So supplementing with probiotics is something that I've been doing for about 6 years now that has helped me tremendously in managing my energy levels, my mood, my stress levels. I feel a cognitive and emotional difference when I started supporting my gut health. So let me know what questions you have about managing your stress levels. And I'd love to be able to give you some more guidance on ideas you can try. But the main thing is be aware of your stress levels. Be aware of the things you can control and the things that are not in your control. And focus on listing out ideas and starting to implement some ideas of things you can do every day to manage your stress in healthy ways, and to stop doing those escape plans. Stop going to the alcohol to try to unwind at the end of the day. Stop going to the bad foods to get that comfort that you're seeking, right? Start to incorporate healthy ways to address your stress management, and that will take you a whole lot farther into your journey of better health and wellness than even just nutrition and exercise. Take care, keep thriving, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.